To like a bit of Palo Santo, you get me? Keep the vibes nice and what's good, people? You tuned into basically with Screamer, All Tight Times Media on the cam. We're now in Made in Brum Studios in Birmingham. Lit, yeah, so lit. All Tight Trills, All Tight Big Ass Inside. And today I'm going to be going over how I produced Love by featuring Gemma Fox, which is out right now. Click the link in the description if you want to hear that. Some fresh bass line, some 2020 bass line, some 2020 bass line, some 2020 bass line. I never fell out of love with bass line because bass line was like a special moment in my life. You know what I'm saying? Bass line was one of the best times in my life, I'll be real. So yeah, like I love bass line, so I'm always gonna make bass line regardless to what other music I'm making. I'll always make bass line. But I didn't start out making bass line. So like yeah, I started out making Big Ass knows, like Big Ass low key showed me how to make beats. You get me? I was producing on was the music generator. Man had music generator, yeah, on the PlayStation. Put that on the screen. Yeah, music generator on the PlayStation. I didn't know nothing about bars or beats or nothing. I was making some wild dungeon type Enter the Dragon kind of crazy beats. And Big Ass was like, yo, I can see where you try to go with it, but like, nah, you need to, like, this is 8 bars. I was making my 3 bars and then it would go into the chorus, then 2 bars later it's finished. It was weird. So that man showed me about bars and that. So from there, it all started to make sense. It all started to click. And then I went on to, what was I making at the time? I was making a lot of grime at the time because we was MCing in school, 14, 18. Yeah, All Tight Sony, everyone. Yeah, we was barring in school, so I was the guy that had the studio at home. You get me? Like, people would come to my house and make tunes and whatnot. I had a little setup, you know. You remember them PC mics? Them pencil ones? Yeah, man was making bangers on that, bro. I had it all set up. Man. So yeah, I've always been that guy to record, demand them, and that. I was always that guy. So yeah, I was making grime and hip hop and trying to make R&B, but do you say I never learned keyboard, I never learned chords and stuff growing up. I had to learn that stuff later, so that I didn't start learning about chords and whatnot till I got into college, Hillzone College, that's where my bassline career really kicked off. But up until that, we was known for grime. We used to go oxygen rooms. I was like everyone who used to go oxygen rooms because, you know, it used to go off. Yeah, that's when we was making loads of grime. And then about 2006, that's when the bassline, that's when I really started to understand about bassline. And I must have went up to Sheffield one time and went to Niche. And probably about 2005, yeah, it must have been 2006. Went to Niche and it changed my life. I was like, what is this? I've never heard this sound. T2. When I first heard T2's tunes, I was like, nah, what the hell? What? And the bass, everything was just like something I'd never heard before. And from that moment, I was like, yep, bass line it is. And yeah, I've been making bass line ever since then. And to be honest, the first bass line tunes I made was so whack. It was a bit mad. But that's why consistency pays off, because they say instant is nothing and constant is everything. So when I look back, because I was so constant at producing it, that's how I got to have my own sound. And that came from just, you know, consistently making it, because at first it was very weird. So today we're going to be going over how I produced Gemma Fox Love, which is out right now on all the DSPs, so download that. We'll put the link in the bio. So yeah, man. When Gemma sent me the vocal, I was like, no way. I've always been a fan of Gemma Fox, and I never got to work with her. Like, I grew up listening to Gemma Fox, and I was actually like a fan of Gemma Fox, I'll be real. So it was an honor to do the tune. Even all these years down the line, I still respect all like the legends to me that I grew up listening to, and to make tunes with any of them is, for me, is still like, yeah, man. I still feel proud about it. So yeah, like, and it's not even a kind of beat that I've made before. I would say, kind of I went for a little bit something a little bit different. But how did I start this now? Yeah. What is it? Started with some strings and whatnot. Enough clickage. So no, there's a lot going on in here. And that's like some basic strings, man, like some medieval sounding shit. But there's definitely anticipation in that. Especially like with her vocals.
To understand one's desire. To truly understand one's desires.
Yeah, that's just the whole intro, man.
You must first experience the world
just
for the
that
sense
drums.
of love.
Just that in drums, man. And so, so yeah, the vocals, when I got the vocals, they was already actually mixed. So the vocals, sometimes when you get vocals a cappellas, like they already have reverb and delays on them, and it's like, okay, how am I gonna like merge this into what I'm making now without it getting in the way and then without it sounding all disjointed and all that. And I haven't really there's not really much on this vocal. I've just put a CLA 3A compressor on there.
To truly understand one's desires.
Using the wave CLA.
You must first experience the world for the sense of love.
So it just literally turns it up and compresses the height, the peaks, and the lows, so that it sounds at one consistent level. So yeah, I always use a compressor on vocals because like you need to. Sometimes some bits are gonna jump out. The voice is a very dynamic thing, so you wanna. In music, you never hear like the voice just randomly go crazily loud unless it's some kind of effect that they're using and you just know they're using an effect. But you want to make sure that the voice is like going like that. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like, so it's in the song. You don't want it to be jumping out in different places, because when we listen to professional songs, that doesn't happen. So really, it's about trying to copy what you hear going on in the speaker box, aka the sound box. Like when you listen to professional songs, you put on a song and you hear where's the vocal placed, like what's it doing in this professional song. Okay, cool. Where's the snare placed? And then when you make your track, you just literally mimic where you hear the sounds in the sound box, aka the speaker. Like where is it, the placement of the sounds. That's what I do a lot of the times, and that's how I keep my music on a certain level. So I've done the drums on Kong. I don't even really use Kong all the time, to be honest. I normally do the drums on a Redrum in Reason. And I have to do bassline in Reason, by the way. I try and make bassline in Logic and Ableton and whatnot, but for me, it works the best in Reason, man. It's what I know, it's what I come from. So yeah, these drums in Kong anyway, they sound nice really, like with nothing on them. All I had to do was put a CLA 3A on it again, which I seem to use a lot in this beat.
You love the CLA.
At this point,
is that your go-to
not anymore. At the time it was. At the time it definitely was. But it does work. It works really well, to be fair. It's only because I've got like some new ones now why I'm not really using that one as much. But producer things, you know, when you get a new, yeah, you know how it goes. So yeah.
To truly understand one's desires, you must first experience the world through the sense of love.
best thing bounce as well. Like the best thing bounce, people, Mercury, salute to Mercury, because that bass changed everything for me. What's like everyone who still uses Subtractor, man.
Complex simplicity.
Yeah, man. Let me hear that bass though, man. Let's see what I did here.
Did you draw it in or play it in?
I played that one in, you know.
Yeah.
I played it in. Yeah, like sometimes I can draw it in and it will be a vibe. Like tunes like the nah, actually I like them. I played them in. Yeah, I played them in. I thought I tried to be like, oh yeah, they remember. No. When I think back, any tune that actually worked. It's the soul in it. I think I have to do it kind of thing. Yeah, it's one of them ones. But yeah, the bass was a combinator bass. Whoa, it was like three different subtractors that is at once.
To get that one sound in it.
Just to get that one sound. But with bass line, that's the thing. Layering basses is kind of crucial. Like you don't always have. Yeah, you do. Yeah, layering basses. Yeah, you gotta layer your basses, man. That's what set a lot of us apart in the bassline scene. Like our bass sounds. So for me to get my bass sounds, I was doing a lot of layering, like just different basses, putting them together to get one sound. And that's what a lot of guys were doing. That's what a lot of the people I was around was doing, like Mercury, TRC, like yeah, a lot of that. And then okay. So yeah, for the arrangement for this track now, I needed to make sure that the intro wasn't too long, because I feel like what's the delay sometimes with these kind of tunes. I don't like when it takes too long to come in. I understand the DJs need a little run up and stuff, but nah, like I want it to get to the action relatively fast. So I got like a 24 bar intro. Yeah, 24 bar intro, just to like keep it interesting, man.
Complex simplicity.
And cut out the drums as well. I cut out the drums just before, when it drops it, so you think it's just the bass. And because I know a lot of people are doing making bass where there's no drums for about 8 bars a lot of the time these days. So I kind of wanted to make people think that's what was gonna happen, but it was just for 1 bar, just to keep it interesting. And I'll type Papes as well for that one, because he was definitely like, yo, take the drums that don't have drums in the start of the bassline tracks anymore, man. We don't do that no more, man. I was like, all right. I complied to a degree, so I took the first 2 bars out. If that works, I don't know. But, and then it's like, yeah, it's just 16 bars, man. 16 bars of that bass, 16 bars of this bass, which is just a variation of the the other combinator. So which is like layered basses again. Yep. And that's how I want the levels to look as well. -6. I don't know why it's -6, but it just so happens to be that you want the levels on your mixer. Any program you're using, whether it's Logic, Ableton, Pro Tools, if you aim for like -6 dB on each channel, so you can see the meter doing that. And it's not even, I'm lower than that, but that gives you a lot of headroom in your master. So when you send it off to get mastered, they'll be able to really boost it up then. Because what will happen is if you got everything like blasting too loud, when you go to get it mastered, like you've already like it's distorted and everything, and you made it harder for yourself. I know you want to hear all your sounds sounding loud and like wow, but I've found that sometimes it works out better to, not even sometimes, all the time it works out better to keep the levels lower. So when it comes to the mastering stage, you can really you know, can really do the true boost without distortion and all these different kind of artifacts. So hope you like the video, guys. Comment below if there's anything else that you want to see, and make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Basically, yeah, click the link below as well. And I'm also giving away some free drums that I've done in this track, so you'll be able to use the same drums I've used in this beat in your own tracks. And feel free to email me, send me the tracks that you make if you want. You don't have to, but the link will be in the bio anyway, so